we all can agree that as we talk to more people within Bitcoin and we're in the space longer and longer, we see that a larger percentage within the Bitcoin space become more spiritual, enlightened, pursue religion, find Jesus. You know, they're thinking about these long things. And why is that fundamentally happening? It's happening, I think, for multiple reasons. I think one reason is that they realize that their understanding of reality has been distorted. They realize that, oh wait, my whole life
Mm.
I've been working for 40 years, or my all my existence to make more money, and that's a lie. That the money I've been working for, which I denominate all my time and all my value, all my expenses and all my incomes in, is actually just a complete lie. So I think that foundational, like, whoa, that waking up from the matrix that we talk about, I think that really puts people in a spot where they begin to question other things. I think that's also why we see Bitcoiners have a tendency towards other conspiracy theories, some of which are probably legitimate, and others are a little out there. But it's the same thing. I think it's because our worldview has been so shattered that now we're trying to make sense of this new world that we understand. And Bitcoin's a big part of that, definitely. But some people find the rest of that new understanding in conspiracy theories, others in religion, others in taking care of their bodies. You know, people also like try to lose weight for the first time after becoming a Bitcoin. So I think people express that in different ways, but I think it's just because Bitcoin extends their time horizon in addition to already having them question the worldview. And I think ultimately that is going to prove to be a very good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And you know, the awesome part about Bitcoin too, right? And we've been talking a lot about Christianity, is that it's inclusive, right? And that's the beautiful part, right? Is that it's not exclusive, right? At whatsoever. It doesn't really matter what you believe in. You know, you can use Bitcoin. And I think it really affects people differently. And, you know, some people, it's what you said, right? F seed oils, no more. I'm going to start eating just all carnivore. Some people are like, let me get my body fit. Some people are like, I found God again. You know, exactly, like once you break that fiat matrix and you start to realize, you know, we've all been down this rabbit hole. The first couple of years that you're in Bitcoin, you start having like, you don't understand. And it's like you go to your loved ones and you're like, but you don't get it. And they're like, you're fucking insane. Like, leave me alone. Your eyes are freaking crazy. It's just money. And I was like, no, but you don't understand. It's not just money. It affects every facet of life, right? And then you just kind of like go down that rabbit hole. Avdi, do you want to add to that, and then we'll pass it on to Luke and wrap it up?
You kind of reminded me, like right there. It's really the like coming to Jesus moment when you find Bitcoin. You're just like, oh my God. And I remember John Vallis kind of said the same thing a long time ago. And when it's like the first pod I ever went on, he was kind of connecting it with like the psychedelic journey and how like people that do psychedelics, they have like this profound breakthrough, and then they're like you can have this too. And it's like, it's all this kind of the same thing. Like, I really do believe, you know, and it is contentious belief, but I really do believe that humans, whether they want to or not, have this need for, like Luke said, something beyond us, like a spiritual need. There's, you know, the Trinity, you know, like body, mind, and soul. Like, I do believe in like nourishing your soul, and like there's a very real lack of that you know, material, that information in the world, and it's almost been on purpose. And like Nico, you kind of said it, you know, like we bring in a full circle. If we have an energy money,
I hope that you're enjoying this video, and I hope that after this video that you begin taking self-custody of your Bitcoin, as that is extremely important. And that also includes keeping very good care of your seed phrase and not just writing it on a piece of paper. So I encourage you to check out this video's sponsor, Stampseed. Say goodbye to storing your seed phrase on paper and electronic devices, right? With Stampseed's DIY toolkit, it's a revolutionary way for you to secure your seed words on a titanium plate, not just a piece of paper. With professional metal stamping tools, you can easily hammer your seed words into a commercial grade titanium. They've been doing this for they've been doing titanium for 13 years. Now it's fire resistant up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It's off paper. It's completely secure for you to keep your seed words on. Again, fire resistant, crush proof, non-corrosive, and immune to the passage of time, unlike paper. Each letter is deeply impressed into a solid plate, not just the dots like other competing plates. So it's guaranteed to not lose pieces or have varying materials. So secure your hardware wallet with a titanium stamp seed and safeguard your Bitcoin for generations to come. So thanks. Let's get back to the video.
Right now we're on the fiat money, which is, I always say, it's like completely disconnected from reality. It's like Roadrunner and Coyote.
It's
like
it's the opposite of truth and
exactly.
What is truth.
You're running off the cliff. And we're at that point where it's like you're looking down at your feet and like, oh my God, we are so disconnected from reality that every aspect of your being starts to get reorganized around reality. And you kind of come back and you snap back really hard to reality. And we're seeing this happen right now. We've seen 7 bank failures in the last 2 months or whatever. And is this because of Bitcoin, or is it just because we have Bitcoin, or is it just because fiat system is just, finally smacking the wall of reality? It's probably all of this, but we are coming back to reality in real time. And at least for us, we have this, this tool, we have this money, we have an escape valve, we have a safety boat, which is Bitcoin. And I've said it in the past as a tweet, and it's just an idea. I don't really write much, but when I do write, it's always with this like spiritual tinge. And it was Satoshi found a way to domesticate human greed, and then Nico's kind of pushed back on that, but it's like back to the idea. If you have the almighty godly power of printing money out of thin air and being able to purchase everything because you're close to the money printer, well, what is that inherently guided by? It's guided by, the lust for power, the lust for greed. And now it's basically, whether it's divine interventions, and this is a question I'd wanted to ask Luke, whether it's divine intervention or not.
It's a Saturday show. Fuck it.
It's definitely something outside of human, behavior, outside of like Luke said, outside of humans' hands to basically destroy and distort what is good. And whether human, obviously it's a human invention, but it takes the power of humans out of the money. And maybe that's what we need as humans, is something that's just completely separate to us, instilling good action in us, incentivizing good action. So it's like, look, I know you are a wretched little human, but here we have a technology and a tool that basically puts you in your place so that you don't step out of line, so that you are connected to reality. And I think back to like the whole idea of, Bitcoiners coming to God or whatever, because I've definitely had this more, like a very real spiritual awakening, I guess you would say. Like before I had it, but now I'm just like, yeah, I'm very adamant. Like, yeah, I believe in God. Like, yeah, it's very simple. It's cut and dry now. But it's back to the same idea. Look, fiat money has been completely disconnected from reality. Well, I think our society, our culture has also been disconnected from source.
Oh, God.
And Bitcoin is a connection back to energy, back to the source. And I think this is just a way, whether it's divine intervention or not, I don't know. I like to say it is, because I like to think of the most like ridiculous out there thoughts and just like adopt that and be like, yep, that's what it is. I think there is a very real need to connect us back to reality. And what would most Christians say? Like, God is reality. Like this is fundamentally where we are. God is energy. God is the universe. And
God is truth.
God is truth. And what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is truth. Bitcoin is energy. And it's connecting us back to this reality. And furthermore, the reason I know we are right is because all of us Bitcoiners are happy, prospering, getting healthy, living a good life, living a life that our ancestors are telling us you should be living. And we've always been like, nah, we're smart, we're modern, with our modern ways. And now we're kind of like going full circle back into tradition. It's like, wait, actually, maybe they had something right, and maybe we should be a little more in accord with nature and reality.